All right, hello. Today is a special message because we are at the beach. I got my toes in the sand, I got the toes in the ocean. And we're going to start off with Exodus chapter 37, the ark. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. He overlaid it with pure gold, both inside and out, and made a gold molding around it. He cast 4 gold rings for it and fastened them to its 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then he made poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold, and he inserted the poles into the rings in the sides of the ark to carry it. He made the atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. Then he made 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. He made 1 cherubim on one end and the second cherub on the other. At the 2 ends he made them of one piece with the cover. The cherubim had their wings spread upward, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim faced each other, looking toward the cover. The table. Verse 10. They made the table of acacia wood with 2 cubits long, 1 cubit wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Then they overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding around it. They also made around it a rim, a handbreadth wide, and it put a gold molding on the rim. They cast 4 gold rings for the table and fastened them to the 4 corners where the 4 legs were. Verse 14, the rings were put close to the rim to hold the poles used in carrying the table. The poles for carrying the table were made of acacia wood and were overlaid with gold. And they made from pure gold the articles for the table, its plates and dishes and bowls and its pitchers for the pouring out of drink and offerings. The lampstand, verse 17. They made the lampstand of pure gold. They hammered on its base and shaft and made its flower-like cups, buds and blossom of one piece with them. 6 branches extended from the side of the lampstand, 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 3 cups shaped like almond flowers with buds around them. Buds and blossoms were on one branch, 3 on the next branch, and same for all 6 branches extending from the lampstand. And on the lampstand were 4 cups shaped like almond flowers. Hopefully no jellyfish sting me. With buds and blossoms. Verse 21. 1 bud was under the first pair of branches extending from the lampstand, a 2nd bud under the 2nd pair, and a 3rd bud under the 3rd pair. 6 branches in all. The buds and the branches were all one piece with the lampstand hammered out of pure gold. Verse 23. Hold on. Whoa. There we go. They made it 7 lamps as well as its wick, trimmers, and lays of pure gold. They made the lampstand and all its accessories from 1 talent of pure gold. The altar of incense, verse 25. They made the altar of incense out of acacia wood. It was a square, 1 cubit long and 1 cubit wide and 2 cubits high. Its horns of one piece with it. They overlaid the top and all the sides and the horns with pure gold and made a gold molding around it. They made 2 gold rings below the molding, 2 on each of the opposite sides, to hold the poles used to carry it. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. They also made the sacred anointing oil and the pure fragrant incense, the work of a perfumer. And that is chapter 37. Oh, look at the birdie. Look at the birdie. Look at the birdie. Chapter 38. The altar of burnt offering. Verse 1. They built the altar of burnt offering of acacia wood, 3 cubits high. It was square, 5 cubits long, and 5 cubits wide. They made a horn at each of the 4 corners so that the horns and the altar were of one piece, and they overlaid the altar with bronze. They made all its utensils of bronze, its pots, shovels, sprinkling bowls, meat, forks, and fire pans. They made a grating for the altar, a bronze network, to be under its ledge. Halfway up the altar, they cast bronze rings to hold the poles for the 4 corners of the bronze grating. They made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. They inserted the poles into the ring so they would be on the sides of the altar for carrying it. They made it hollow out of boards. The basin for washing. Verse 8. They made the bronze basin and its bronze stand from the mirrors of the woman who served at the entrance to the tent of meeting, the courtyard. Verse 9. Next they made the courtyard. The south side was 100 cubits long and had curtains of finely twisted linen with 20 posts and 20 bronze bases, and with silver hooks and bands on the post. The north side was also 100 cubits long and had 20 posts and 20 bronze bases, with silver hooks and bands on the post. The west end was 50 cubits wide and had curtains, with 10 posts and 10 bases, with silver hooks and bases on the post. The east end toward the sunrise was also 50 cubits wide. Curtains 15 cubits long were on one side of the entrance with 3 posts and 3 bases, and curtains 15 cubits long were on the other side of the entrance to the courtyard with 3 posts and 3 bases. All the curtains around the courtyard were of finely twisted linen. The bases for the posts were bronze. The hooks and bands on the posts were silver, and their tops were overlaid with silver, so all the posts of the courtyard had silver bands. Verse 18. The curtain for the entrance to the courtyard was made of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer. It was 20 cubits long, and like the curtains of the courtyard, 5 cubits high, with 4 posts and 4 bronze bases. Their hooks and bands were silver, and their tops were overlaid with silver. All the tent pegs of the tabernacle and all the surrounding courtyard were bronze. The material used, verse 21. These are the amounts of the material used for the tabernacle of the covenant law, which were recorded at Moses' command by the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest, Bezalel, son of Er, and the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything the Lord commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, an engraver and designer, an embroiderer in blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen. The total amount of the gold from the wave offering used for all the work on the sanctuary was 29 talents and 730 shekels, according to the sanctuary shekel.